What's up, guys? Excuse me. Welcome back to the Bianconeri Zone. I'm late because I'm not feeling 100%, so that's my excuse. Thanks everybody for tuning in on a Saturday evening. Let me see. Okay, we're gonna talk about the game, obviously. We're gonna talk about Allegri's quotes, and we're gonna talk about what it means, today's result, for not just Tuesday, but like every possible up following game from now until, I would say, the international break at least, but I might take it up a bit further. Let me see. Okay, so we're gonna talk about the game. Thanks everyone for watching. Also Anthony, who's on honeymoon, so congratulations. Wow that you're watching, but thanks for tuning in. We're gonna talk about the game 1-1 against Fiorentina. I'm gonna say, because I wasn't on the preview yesterday, I wasn't expecting us to win, but away to Fiorentina, if I hadn't watched that game, and somebody just told me the result, saying 1-1, I would say, okay, away to Fiorentina, I'll take a point. The problem is, or like the issue is, I watched that game, and maybe it sounds weird, but like maybe it's even more like, okay, I'll take a point after watching that game, but we as well just, could have stayed at home at this point, if that's what you bring on, on that pitch on a Saturday afternoon, then you could have stayed at home. Like, come on, it was embarrassing what we showed, or like what we didn't show. It was embarrassing, it was shocking, it was uninspiring, excuse me. It was very worrying, I'm gonna say that, and that's what you get when you play like this. Before we go into the details of the game, I want to start off by saying this, and it's not a shot at anyone, but I did my match reaction after the Spezia game, and I said, this is not good. We got the result, but looking ahead, it's not positive. There's no positive signs. And there was a comment, not calling out the person who made that kind of comment, or girl, and basically saying, why are you so negative? Basically saying, just enjoy the result, don't think about the next game and stuff like that. I'm like, I get what he's saying, but like, it's at home against Spezia. How long do I need to enjoy a result at home against Spezia the way we played and not look ahead? Because I think that's the issue, that a lot of people are not looking ahead, and just go by results. Now, if we were, I'm not going to name a team, but like, if we were a team fighting relegation, I would understand that comment, and I would be, I'm enjoying the moment, we won, good point, or like good 3 points. I'm enjoying the moment until we play the next game against, I don't know who, I would understand that. But we are a club who should have ambition, who should be competing to win trophies. We win, good, nice, we move on. Now, if we win against PSG, I'll enjoy that moment, I'll enjoy it a little bit longer. But if we, I would say, struggle to beat Spezia at home, I'm not sure how to enjoy that moment, I need to look ahead. And I looked ahead, and I basically said, if we play like this on Saturday, we're not winning. And we played even worse, I think after that Sampdoria game, Allegri said we can play worse. Well, he proved today it can get worse. And to be honest, I still think it even can get worse than today. And worse means we're gonna lose. We're not gonna even picking up any points playing like this, because no way are you gonna have a positive season playing like this. And I don't want to hear Di Maria isn't fit. I don't want to hear Chiesa's not there. Pogba's not there. I don't want to hear that because it's deeper than just adding players into the squad. We can add Mbappe up top and he will have, maybe we'll have a shot on target, but like, if you know what I mean, like we can have an Mbappe at top. We can have whatever, Alphonso Davies on that wing. We have no style of play, and that's the biggest issue. Like, we have a style of play, but it should be a style of play for a team, you know, competing to stay in Serie A. You know, if they play like this, I will be like, okay, you know, just do what you can, survive, and move on to the next game. But like, we should be competing for trophies, and we sit back from minute one. We sit back, and it got worse the moment we took that lead. You know, it got worse. But we will get into the game, and then we will go to Allegri's quotes before we're gonna wrap it up. Then, but the game in itself, we had no business in even picking up a point today. We picked up a point. I don't even call that positive, but like, that's the positive of that game. Other than that, I don't see any positive things about that game. People in the chat, let me know if anyone has any, after watching that game, has any positive feelings about that game. Let me know, because I haven't picked up any positive, nothing. And I'm at the point where I'm like, do I really need to slate the players? Like, talk about individual performances about the players? Because as a team, as a whole, as a collective, we're so poor that what good or does it to say McKennie was bad, or Alexandro was bad, or Locatelli was again invisible? I'm at a point where I'm like, but do I need to blame the players? Because the way we set up, nobody's going to do well. Like, we had one shot on target, and that was a goal. In the second half, we didn't even have a shot, like, let alone on target. We didn't even have a shot. Like, it was that bad, you know? And even the biggest Allegri, I don't want to say fan, like defender, or like what I believer, I don't know, excuse me, cannot sit here after that game and complain about quality of players or anything. Like, we have no style of play. We are so bad at retaining the ball, winning the ball back, keeping it in the team, moving it around that pitch. Milik, it could be Milik, it could be Vlahovic. I felt so sorry for that guy, like, because he was playing on an island, on his own. When you looked ahead, he had a Cuadrado who is clueless on the ball, like absolutely clueless. That he still get minutes is baffling. Like, he's on an island. What do you expect? Like, that he actually scored is already a miracle. Like, it's a miracle that we scored. Watching the game, it's actually unbelievable that we watched that game. But you take that lead and you just sit back once again, instead of, you know what, we're gonna step it up now. We're not doing that. We're not doing that at home against Spezia. We're never doing that. The only time we did that was against Roma, and we still end up not winning that game, because in the second half we resorted back to not wanting the ball, not pressing. Like, even if you don't have a style of play, if I see anything positive, I will be like, okay, I see nothing. I see no energy. It's like we play at such a pace that you can be 60 years old and slot into that team and just go along, you know? It's that slow. We can't move the ball. We have no energy. Like, even the basic things. I don't want to say passion, you know? Because I want to say it's Passion FC. But like, not even that. Like, Fiorentina pinned us back for 90 minutes, and they had relentless pressure for 90 minutes. It's actually unbelievable, because in the second half, like, I was like, they cannot keep up with it, you know, to put that pressure on us for 90 minutes. They did. So the question was, is that a choice from Allegri to, play with this low or non-existent intensity, or actually is our fitness level this embarrassing? So I'm going with the first one, because surely, as after preseason, it's September already, surely our fitness level should be better than what it is. So for me, it's pure instructions. And if you want to get into individual players, it's Perin and Milik who did well. I think Paredes had a decent first half, and then he got overwhelmed because it was too much at the end. It was impossible to get it done in that midfield. I think Bremer had a quite decent game, and that's about it. Locatelli is missing, has been missing for, I would say, months. And I had this discussion on the channel. People said that he's better than Milik Savic and everything, and he's just not. Cuadrado is kind of a waste of space in that team at the moment, because everything he touches turns into a disaster. Defensively, offensively, it's bad. McKennie, I don't really want to talk about McKennie, because at the moment, he's not a footballer at the moment. Let's be honest. I don't want to even talk about the chance he didn't took, because that was such a, I don't even call it a bad decision. That was being scared in front of goal. The moment was too big for McKennie in that box, and I have no idea what he did. So I don't even want to talk about that, because I'm not even shocked when he was in that position and he didn't shoot. I was not even shocked. But just on the ball, everything, he's so poor. But then again, there's no direction in that team. We're just out there, because we need to be out there. We need to play games. And that's the feeling I'm getting. I'm not getting the feeling they want to be out there. I'm getting the feeling they just need to be out there, because you know what? It's the rules, you need to play. And that's how it is. Let me see some of the comments, because I'm not checking. As you're saying, a lot of promising players will have their careers ruined under this joke of a coach. He's a complete clown 1 year and no improvements at all. Yeah, and there's actually no improvement at all. And nothing, basically. Maybe in scraping results. That's an improvement. But other than that, we improved in absolutely nothing. Let me see. Right now, we are on a par with Lecce and Cremonese. I saw Cremonese. They play some good stuff, to be honest. Cuadrado looks like he does not want to play for Juve. He wants. He's just done. He's cooked. It's that simple. He can't do it anymore. Let me see. I refuse to watch them live anymore until Allegri's out. I turn off early. I'll only watch crappy low lights. I'm still gonna watch games. I'm not gonna turn off the TV. Let me see. If someone said, can we sack this Allegri now? Now, I would say, because at the start of the season, I'm there's no chance. I think the chances are growing, because it's setting up, it's shaping up to completely fall down. If people think this is not falling down, it's shaping up to take a big dip with a consecutive bad results. And then we will look at that table and we will be like, oh my God, it's getting out of hands again. And I'm feeling more and more inclined to say, if that happens, I do believe the club will act, because it's unacceptable. I don't want to hear about that squad. It's not good enough. I know the left back stinks, the back line. That squad is more than capable, or should be, with the qualities we have in that squad, should be more than capable of competing and putting anything decent on that pitch. We look like a lower team club who struggles to find a style of play just because we sign players who are not good, and just to sign players, to hope and pray and make something happen. That's how we look at the moment. So if we were Cremonese and we played like this, I will be not shocked at all. I will be like, yeah, it is what it is. But not even Cremonese play like this. Like, I watch Cremonese play. They can move that ball up that pitch. We can't. So I don't want to hear about we don't have a left back. That's not even the problem at the moment, not having a left back. Like, it's not. It's not. Let's move on to some of Allegri's comments, because I want to bring those up. Let me see. Because he was going crazy after the game. He is... I don't know what to say. How am I gonna put that? Because he's never gonna tell the truth, but when we were winning games, it was funny. Now it's time to be honest, and he's not honest. He's lying, and I think he's taking the piss out of the supporters who need to watch that game, even out of the journalists, you know, who are asking him questions and getting absolutely ridiculous answers after performances like that. So he said the spirit was good, the boys played a good game, playing at this place is never easy, we picked up points now for the 5th game in a row. Like, that's an absolutely lie. The only thing he's not, you know, lying about is that we picked up points in the 5th consecutive game. It was not a good game. There was absolutely no spirit from the players, like zero, nothing. And I agree, it's not easy to play Fiorentina, but they're not a great team. Like, let's be completely honest, they're not a great team. They're not a team you should be scared of. But we are, because we know how we set up. So him coming out saying we played a good game is a flat out lie. Like, just be honest. You're not doing anyone a favor, especially not yourself, because fans are pissed and you're coming out with that ridiculous crap. Like, everybody watched that game. That was not a good game. That was an embarrassing game. That was shocking. That was bad. It's that simple. Say it's bad. Keep it rolling. He's lying. It's not a good game. Everybody knows, and he looks ridiculous saying that. Like, let's be honest. It is what it is. Let's move on, because that's not even the wildest thing he said. He said, I'm very happy with the result. It's normal that in the second half we sat back a bit, but in these games and Flores, you can't lose. It's like he didn't even watch that first half, because we sat back in the first half as well. So I don't know what he's trying to say about that it's normal that we sit back in the second half. I would agree if we played at a crazy intensity, pressing wise and all those things. I'm like, okay, it's normal. You take a breath and you sit back a little bit. We didn't do that. Like, we sat back for 90 minutes. You get tired of sitting back for 90 minutes? Like, I don't know. I have actually no idea what he's talking about. Another lie, ridiculous comments, not helping himself. Because, again, fans are pissed. Even the media is picking it up now in terms of they're not stupid. Like, they can see it's not good. So you coming out with those statements, it's not gonna help you. It's not gonna help the case. It's not gonna bring fans on your side. Like, it's not gonna do that. So I have actually no idea what he's talking about. I'm confused. But it is what it is. We move on to something wild. I think in the last 2 minutes, the camera was put on him, and he was like going wild and stuff. And he was asked about it, and he said, "I was a bit angry at the end because I wanted the game to end because they were pushing anyway. Although they put only a few crosses into the box basically, and Perin only needed to make one good save. The only regret is that we didn't kill that game in the first half when we had the chances." That's also a lie. Like, we had one chance, and it wasn't even a chance because McKennie messed it up. He didn't shot on goal, so it wasn't even a chance. But, like, that's what he's talking about, and that's it. I don't know where he saw chances. There were no chances. He got angry because he wanted the game to end because he felt we were going to lose that game. Like, it was a miracle we were not losing that game. It was thanks to Ikone. Was it Ikone? Striker? I keep forgetting his name. You know, for being absolutely crap again. Like, that was a win for us. Because if they had Vlahovic, let's say they had Vlahovic up top still, they would have smashed us today. That's the only reason they didn't win. Because up top they were toothless and not good enough. That's the reason they didn't win, basically. instead of getting angry, what about changing it up? You know, Di Maria is injured. I'm not injured. He's not fit. I get that. I'm like, okay, it's 1-1. You're pinned back. Make a different sub. He takes off Di Maria. He brings in the Chilio, moves Cuadrado up the pitch, then comes out saying, I needed to move Cuadrado up the pitch, but that's not really his position. He's not good in that position. I'm like, then make another sub. Like, nobody told you to move up Cuadrado. Nobody asked you to do that. You made that decision. You cannot come out after that saying, but he's not really good in that position. You put him in that position. Nobody told you to put Cuadrado into that position. You cannot do that and then come out saying, you know what, he's not good in that position. I knew that, but like, I still did it. Like, how ridiculous is that, by the way? Just don't do it. If you think Cuadrado cannot play that position, don't play him in that position. It's that easy. But he does it, then comes out saying it, using it as an excuse. I don't know what he was trying to get out of fans or journalists. Maybe a reaction of like, oh, poor Allegri. He needed to put Cuadrado in that position. Nobody forced him to do that. Like, he made that decision. Live with it, you know? Like, come out, say, I needed to do that. Or like, I did that. Cuadrado cannot really play in that position. That's my mistake. I'll take the blame. He kind of blames Cuadrado. Or like, not himself. He blames like, I couldn't do anything. Like, I put Cuadrado there, but like, I knew he couldn't play there. I still did it, and it didn't work. I'm like, yeah, okay, that's on you. Like, no need to complain about that. That's basically on you. But yeah, let's move on. Until we understand that a ball at Juve has a heavier weight from many other teams, with all due respect, because that was a ball to make it 2-0, from 2-0 to 1-1. Then there was a penalty and the game changes, came on a physical level change. Now, if we score that 2-goal McKennie goal, we win that game. I'm 99% sure we win that game if McKennie scores that second goal. But I will still be sitting here and say the performance was trash. So maybe it's a good thing we didn't win, because some people will, you know, see the result, win, and move on. And the next time the same thing happens and we don't get that win. Like, it's deeper than just getting results at this moment. So I don't know what he's talking about, to be honest. Like, okay, he messed it up, McKennie. You know what? Go out there, create more chances, push to make the 2 to get that 2-0, 1-1, 2-1, 3-1, whatever. You don't do that. You messed it up. And you sit back. You don't even go for it. Like, the subs he made clearly said, I don't need a win. He keeps, I don't know, I'll move on to the next one, and then I will say what I want to say. So he was asked about PSG, and he said, PSG, let's be realistic, the game to win is at home with Benfica. Now, we as fans, I think nobody believes you will beat PSG. Or like, not a lot of people believe we will beat PSG, which is fine. And the moment he said that, somebody, who that is, he knows, because he's in the chat a lot of the times, said, oh, now he's being honest and you're not happy. I'm like, okay, like, that's obviously not what we're asking about. Like, honest means come out after a game, say, you know what, that's bad. That was not watchable. That's not good. It's not acceptable. It's on me. I put Cuadrado in that position. I knew he couldn't do that position. That's on me. My mistake. I'm expecting that. I'm not expecting him to come out and say, yeah, we have no shot against PSG. Like, we don't have a shot against Milan away. I'm just saying things now. Like, I'm not expecting him to say that. At that moment in time, you need to give your team any sort of confidence and say, we're Juve. We are Juve. We're going to PSG for a result. Keep it moving. You know, at that moment, you need to lie. And no need to say, basically, we're going to Paris for absolutely no good reason. Like, we could have stayed home, saved some, you know, gas money for the plane or whatever, petrol, or whatever, kerosene, and stay at home. That's basically what he said. And that's actually ridiculous. Like, I cannot believe, like, I'm just imagining how he should react. Agnelli sitting at home reading that quote, and he should react like, hold on, this is not okay. Calling Max tomorrow in the morning, explain me that. What's that comment? We're going to Paris for what? A city trip? Not for a result? Not even try? Because based on his comments, the vibes I'm getting is it's done. We're gonna lose at PSG. We're not gonna even try. We're not gonna even bother. I'm like, if that's how you think, why was Dusan Vlahovic on that bench for 90 minutes? Why? Well, what's the point? So he's gonna play in a meaningless game on Tuesday, and we will get smoked on Tuesday, by the way. Like, you cannot come out as a coach when fans are pissed and say, forget about the PSG game. Like, we're not gonna get anything out of it. We need to think about Benfica. I'm like, okay. Actually unacceptable. I hope some leaks happen tomorrow in the newspaper saying that's not something the club appreciated. Because if those leaks come out, I'm kind of feeling a bit more positive in terms of, okay, he is under scrutiny already from the club because of certain comments he made. And maybe then the following weeks you will hear things about, okay, the club is not happy with the play and stuff, because you will hear that. If we keep moving like this, you will hear Nedved's name coming up saying he's not content with the way we're playing. He doesn't really want the league because he never won the league. You will hear those things. But yeah, let me see what you guys are saying in the chat, because I asked in the chat, has anyone picked up any positives from that game? And looking at the chat, I see nothing, to be honest. Yeah, I cannot see it. Let me see. When you say this about PSG game, you should be fired next hour. This is one of the worst comments I've ever seen, and with hundreds to choose from, this is insane. I'm so pissed. Like, I think those comments are unacceptable, because you come across as weak, as embarrassing, not as a top club. Like, that comment should never be made by a coach. Like, fans can say we have no shot. And that's fair to say, but like a coach coming out saying basically you have no shot, how is that going to sit with the players who, in my opinion, are already looking a bit sideways at you in terms of, is this how we're going to set up? Is this how the season is going to basically develop, you know? Is this how we are going to play from now until the end of the season? And then you come out with those quotes, like, that's not firing up that team. And the more I'm thinking about it, the more I'm like, this is how the season is going to go. We're not going to magically change. Like, it's not going to be, I don't know who we play. Is it Salernitana at home? I think it's Salernitana at home. We're not going to magically play well from Salernitana at home until the end of the season. We will have moments, a good first half here and there. That's how I feel it, or how I see it. I don't see that we are going to magically wake up one day and, you know, watch a game and we're like, okay, there's an idea on how we play. There's an identity. There are patterns of play. Like, everything we do is so stale, so predictable, so slow. It's actually shocking. Like, it is. Like, let's be completely honest. And it should be unacceptable. Because there's quality enough in that team to do much, much, much better than what we're doing now. It's as simple as that. A journalist asked him if he sees himself on Juve bench next year, and he responded, not just 1 but 3. Yeah, I mean, he's not gonna say no. Like, he's not gonna do that. Sharon saying, check Nico Shira's tweet about Danilo. Yeah, I saw that, but I just went live, so I didn't read it. But I will read it now. Let me see. Juventus has opened talks to extend Danilo's contract until 25. Yeah, I mean, that was on deadline day that we got that comment, or like that news from, was it Romeo Cristi? Let me see. Let me see if I can pull up that comment. Let me see. Really quickly, excuse me guys, I'm looking it up. Yeah, I don't have it, but like, if you renew Danilo until 25, I think it's clear which direction we're moving. You know, like there's no serious club is sitting there and saying, you know what, Danilo, let's get more years into that deal. For what? Like, I don't want to pick on Danilo, but like, it's done. Like, after the contract, it's done. Move on. We need something completely different. Same for Quadrado. Same for De Gilio. Because I cannot believe we handed De Gilio a new deal. Like, all these players need to be out. Like, in 25, the only players in that backline should be Bremer and Gatti. The rest should be all new. I'll bet you everything. In 25, we will have Rugani in that team. Maybe. We will have Danilo on that team. We will have Bonucci in that team. We will have De Gilio on that team. That's absolutely ridiculous. Like, absolutely ludicrous. If that's the case, it's embarrassing also. Like, there's no reason we should be in talks with Danilo for 25 now, at this moment in time. Like, absolutely no reason at all. Like, even if you want to do that, you do that at the end of the season. Because he has one more year left. Nobody's going to come in and bid for Danilo. Like, the club doesn't need to be scared about that. He's not going to run away. And if he does run away, good for him. Like, I mean, he's not unreplaceable. Like, let's be completely honest here. Like, it's not that you want to tie Vlahovic to a new deal. Or whatever. That's not the case. Like, you're going to enter talks now for Danilo, for a player who's not going to run away. There's not going to be another bid. And if there is a bid, good for him, you know? Like, if you lose Danilo, the team is not, you're not going to sit here and be like, oh my God, how are we going to survive without Danilo? Like, nobody will say that. Like, absolutely no one. So it's actually ridiculous that we are actually in talk with him for a new deal. But I'm not shocked. Like, I'm not shocked at all. Because that's the vibe the club is giving you at the moment, you know, on and off the pitch, that the decisions being made are weird. And we said that towards the end of the Mercato, it's a bit weird, but it is what it is. Shervin saying, to be honest, after Daniel's fantastic season on the Pirlo, Romano said that Bayern bid 20 mil because Nagelsmann wanted him. Yeah, okay, that's fine. But how long is that ago? A year? I'm talking about now. Now nobody's coming in, and if anyone comes in and wants him, good for that team. Take him. You can get better than Danilo. If Nagelsmann wants him again, good. Sell him. You can get better than Danilo. Like, let's be completely honest over here. Like, Danilo is not an unreplaceable piece in that team. I've always said about Danilo, he's a good squad player to have, because we have him now, but I never said renew him. Like, he's a good squad player now to have. Squad player. Come in, play as a center back, left back, right back, whatever, you know. I trust him more than I trust De Gilio. But I never said, you know what, give him a new deal. Like, why? Like, actually, why? Because I believe, and people say, oh, he can still be a squad player in 25. The issue is, I already see a decline. And how is that decline going to look 3 years from now? Like, I don't think it's going to look great. Same with Quadrado, basically. But, you know, it is what it is. Danilo should be third choice right back and fifth choice center back at a big club. Yeah. Yeah. It's same for McKennie, same for Zakaria. Like, squad players, or you sell them. Like, as a starter, if they start, they're not going to make the difference. They're not going to do it. So I'm okay with them being a squad player, or an offer comes in and they want to leave. Fine, because you're not a difference maker, so I don't really care. Like, that's how I feel about it. Also, guys, 70 people watching. Please like the video. That will help us out. So please, everyone in that chat, it's 1 second to like that video. I was planning to do a short one. So I'm gonna keep it moving for a little bit before we wrap it up. But please like the video, subscribe. Yeah, let me read some of the comments. Why journalists are not talking about the real question, asking the real questions, like with what spirit do you start the game? Do you even watch the game, or do you think fans are crazy and don't understand football? You will, if you ask Allegri that, he will say something in terms of fans are emotional, blah blah blah. You need to be rational. You know what answer you're gonna get. You know, that's the answer you're gonna get, and you're gonna walk away with thinking, what the hell did he just say? Like, that's not an answer. Like, so it's, I don't know. I actually have no idea. Allegri is the 6th highest paid coach in the world. Is he? Is he? I think Klopp earns more. Pep, Simeone, they earn more. I think Nagelsmann earns more from what I've seen. Conte earns more. So I don't think he's the 6th highest paid coach in the world. Depending on how you're looking at it, you know, numbers wise, but he's up there. I get your point. Could you do a poll? Will you fire him now or in the next weeks? If you wait, what? A few weeks. If you were the club, we need to pay him 50 mil fine. It's a big criteria. If I make the poll, people will say fire him now because people are pissed. So I actually don't really need to make that poll. 71 people. I'm gonna say at least 63. I'm gonna say fire him now, like, because people are angry. I would say fire him now because I'm angry. But fire him now and then what? Because I saw a tweet from someone I follow saying we need a non-Italian, non-related to the club next coach, and I agree. But how is that gonna work? Because I have the feeling always the club wants someone in control. They can control, basically, like in charge. They can control. That's the feeling I'm getting. So I don't think that's realistic at Juve. It will be the first time ever. But you know what? He wants to be fired. I don't think he wants to be fired, but like he is. I have a feeling it's gonna come down, collapse completely, and I mean, not even picking up a point, just losing games. And like, I'm falling behind so much. That's the vibes I'm getting watching those games play, because we struggle against any opposition. They can be a top team, they can be a bottom feeder. We struggle, and that's basically because we have no style of play. It's that simple. It's that simple. And sitting back is not a style of play, because we are crap on the counter. Like, if we sit back and we are good counter-attacking wise, like we can, you know, move that ball and win games on the counter attack. We're deadly. That's our style of play. I will be sitting here like fair play. Like, it gets the job done. We're solid at the back, and when we win that ball back, we are lethal. We're super dangerous. We look like clowns on the counter attack. We have absolutely no clue what to do with that ball, and usually we end up by, you know, temporizing, play that ball in midfield or whatever. Everybody from the opposition team comes back, and we have absolutely nothing. So that's not even the case. Like, our counterattacks are embarrassing. Like, they're not even counterattacks. I have no idea what they are. They're just moving that ball up midfield and then just, you know, see what happens. Like, there's nothing. Like, I don't think we train on that. And if we do, it's even worse, because I have no idea what we do then. Like, I tweeted it out a week ago saying they better do nothing in training, because if they're doing it, it's even worse, because I have no idea what they're doing. Because it's a waste of time, because there's no style of play. Mr. Dyke saying, what's happening with Di Maria? Nothing. He was just not 100%. Allegri said that pre-game, so I was shocked that he even started, to be honest. There are no excuses with players in this squad, regardless of a few crap players we have. It's on Allegri for the game plan. 100% sure. Like, I'm not gonna sit here and blame players. Like, I will say players are not playing well, but like, at this point, I'm at a stage where, like, is it like, what do you want me to say about the players when we have no style of play? Like, when even they don't know what to do. Like, we can sit here, but we played every player in that squad available, and it still looks the same. It's the same result. That means there's no style of play. It doesn't mean the quality of the players is not good enough, because we tried everything squad-wise, like composition-wise on that pitch, and it always looks the same. So, let me see. Allegri out, slow ball, bring a modern coach like Italiano. We have the players now, Paredes, Vlahovic, even if you play 4-3-3, it looks like it's a 4-5-1. Yeah, I don't know what we play. I have actually no idea what we play. I'm completely honest. I'm confused. And even if it's a 4-3-3 with Cuadrado pushing up, that's not how a 4-3-3 should look like. Because it doesn't look like a 4-3-3. It doesn't. And when you have players up top on the wing who struggle to beat this man, it's gonna be a weird 4-3-3. It's gonna look like, I don't know what it's gonna look like. It's not gonna look like a 4-3-3 if your wingers cannot beat their man on the ball, make the wrong decision, like week in, week out, basically. That we can play every formation what we want. Like, he can come out against Salernitana at home and play a 4-2-4 or whatever. It won't look like a 4-2-4. It won't look like that. And forget about formations. It's just on the ball, we're poor. We have no idea. Like, on the ball, we have no idea. Like, the amounts of times Cuadrado gave away that ball in dangerous position again, because he did it against Spezia. It's ludicrous. It's ridiculous. It's actually ridiculous. And it's on him also, but also on the fact that he has no idea where to go with that ball. Like, players are moving around in the wrong direction. There's no game plan. And you can see that at Cuadrado at times, or like other players, they have no idea where to go with that ball. Like, absolutely no idea. They're just looking at each other, and that's why they're losing it, because they're taking so much time on that ball. You were gonna lose it at some point. I think it should go out mostly because of these stupid comments. After these lazy games they play, you can see the lack of effort and settlement for mediocrity. Yeah, I mean, if you come out as a coach, say, I'll take that point, you know, it's a good point, we played a good game. I mean, like, the hope is he's absolutely lying his teeth out. But if he actually believes that was a good game, he saw spirit, oh boy. Like, that's all I can say. And Nina saying, I don't know if you talked about, but until when do we give to Allegri? I know I didn't talk about that. I'm gonna keep that for the international break, so we have something to talk about or discuss. But I said, like, I have a feeling it's gonna fall down. It's gonna come down soon in terms of not even picking up results. And at the start of the season, I was like, they're not gonna sack him. But I'm getting more and more vibes, like feelings, that if it actually falls down, completely comes down again, you know, in terms of you look at the table and you're like, holy shit, like, this is absolutely out of control now. Because that's a feeling I'm getting the way we're playing. I do believe the Klopp will handle, just because the pressure is too much. That's all. There's no game plan at all. Don't blame the players, blame the coach. That's what I did. There's no style of play on the Pirlo. Even with a man down, we were pressing opposition, and we even won against Valencia and Lazio. If he fails to qualify for Champions League, he will be sacked. Yeah, I mean, but I was talking about mid-season, before the end of the season, basically. But if he doesn't make top 4, yeah, I mean, like, top 4, like, even like, if he doesn't compete this season, that's a reason to get sacked, in my opinion. Let alone just getting into the top 4. And United 5 saying, if Allegri wins Scudetto, I'll still sack him. And he's saying, I think we have a big chance to miss out, to miss on top 4 this season. Napoli and Roma are good. I don't think Roma are that good, to be honest, from what I've seen so far. Like, we shouldn't be scared about Roma, but the way we play, I see what you're trying to say. But, like, if you finish behind Roma, oh boy, like, that's all I need to say. then you have actually done a ridiculous bad job as a coach. If you finish, with all due respect, you should not be finishing behind Roma. Even with what they brought in, you shouldn't, you know. But I understand that we could, like you're saying. But yeah, let's see. Mr. Dyke saying my only hope is Pogba. Not mine. I don't think if Pogba comes back, we magically play much better. Like, it's deeper than one or two players. Like, it's a collective issue. Like, we have no style of play. Quadrado, Pogba coming in is not going to magically give this team a style of play. Be dominant. It's going to be the same, I believe, as last season. Basically. That's what I think. Let me see. Oops. Please like the video again. Oops. If they bring Savi, yeah, that's what I said. Like, you can bring in the best qualities, but if you don't have a style of play, like every player, even the best in the world, will look clueless. That's why PSG coaches get sacked. That's why at top teams with top players, coaches still get sacked. You know, because they have top players, but it's not going well because they just can't manage them. They cannot put a plan together to make it work. So it still happens. I'm gonna wrap it up for a Saturday because I'm very tired. It's very late. But I want to thank everyone for tuning in because that's a lot for a Saturday evening. So please like the video, subscribe. We will be back tomorrow with a pre-recorded video or a live. We still need to see, but we will be back tomorrow. I want to thank again everybody for tuning in on a Saturday evening, taking time, like some people on their honeymoon, taking time to watch a stream. So thanks for that. Please like, subscribe. We will be back tomorrow. We will be back on Monday with a preview because we play on Tuesday. We will be back also on Monday with a preview for the PSG game because we play on Tuesday. So stay tuned for that also. Have we something else planned? I need to check. But yeah, thanks everybody for watching. Please like the video, subscribe to the channel, and we will see you back tomorrow.